Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? Today we'll be doing a video of the brand new 2020 Toyota Supra. We'll do an outside walk around, an inside tour, and take it on a drive.
I'm coming with that tail, with that
Before we get into the rest of this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to Carson Toyota for providing me with this car to review. They're one of the largest dealerships in SoCal and can help you find the Toyota you are looking for. I'll link all their contact information below. Be sure to give it a call if you have any further questions on Toyotas.
Alright, so this 2020 Toyota GR Supra is powered by a 3-liter twin-scroll turbo pushing out 335 horsepower and 365 pound-feet of torque, which gets this car from 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. It's made to that 8-speed ZF automatic, which gets you 24 mpg in the city, 31 in the highway, and 26 combined. In terms of suspension, you have a macpherson front strut and a multi-link rear suspension with adjustable dampers. For those who don't know, GR stands for GAZOO Racing, which is Toyota's racing division. And it seems like this is a brand that they may want to roll out into the Toyota lineup moving forward, and this could just be the start of that. Starting off with the exterior looks, everyone makes a joke that this is a rebodied Z4, but I think it looks entirely different than the Z4. Going on to the LEDs, it's a full LED headlight system, and it has auto leveling technology. Now, the looks aren't perfect. There are some things that do bug me, like the fact that the front sensors kind of stick out from the front bumper lines and the amount of fake vents. But one thing I can give credit to the fake vents is that it does add depth in terms of the actual aesthetic of this vehicle. Now, to be honest, they could have made some more of these functional, honestly, but they didn't. Going on the hood, the massive aluminum hood is my favorite panel of the car, because just look at how awesome it is once it's opened up. Moving on to the side of the car, you have the 19-inch two-tone forged aluminum wheels, which are a great stock option, although I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of options in the aftermarket. This specific car is optioned with carbon fiber mirror caps, which is a great touch as well. Going on the side door, you do have a faux vent, which is built into the door. And again, although it's not functional, it does do a great job of making this car look wide, and also gives the opportunity for those who wanna make wide body kits to integrate into this panel somehow. Lastly, going around the back, the integrated spoiler looks buttery smooth, and I love how it flares up just enough. Honestly, I really just love the rear. The way the taillights stick out of the body and the rest of the panels mold around it. Even though there are a fake vent that kind of teardrops down, it still has a good aesthetic to it. The rear F1 inspired light in the back is a great touch as well. And I think the dual exhaust is classy, given that it's paired well with this nice diffuser. Honestly, I have little bad to say, but I will talk about one quirk. You cannot open the trunk from the trunk itself. You either have to use the key fob or the button inside the car, which is kind of annoying. And since this is a hatch and it is going to be used often, it seems like this was an oversight because they could have easily integrated it into the license plate section. Okay, going on to the inside, this is where it most resembles the BMW. The premium trim has amazing quality leather seats and is perfectly bolstered for someone of my size. And while I'm not a fan of the steering wheel, I do like the size of it. The infotainment system here is really a reskinned version of BMW's iDrive, and the same goes for the climate control. But hey, it works, so honestly, who cares? I'm a fan of the gauge cluster though, because I like how there's a digital tach integrated with that analog tachometer readout. But my absolute favorite part of the inside is not the subwoofer grills, but the carbon fiber center console area. And while there are no practical storage areas here because of this, the way it's molded and the quality of the finish gives this car such a special look and feel. If you are enjoying this content so far, please smash that like button and subscribe. It helps me out a lot and gets this video recommended to others who may enjoy it as well. And with that said, let's do a cold start and take it on a drive. All right, guys, so we're in the Supra and it looks amazing. I feel like I'm in a cockpit here. You could, like, I mean, given I have to adjust the seat actually real quick. All right, I think that's good. And yeah, let's start her up. So as you guys heard from the cold start, it pops, dude. This thing definitely has a decent exhaust note to it. All right, it's just letting me know that the battery it's low just because it has been sitting inside. And yeah, but we're gonna let it sit here. We're definitely gonna charge up that battery. But first impression, just sitting in the car is just, the seats hug you. I love the leather. I definitely think the premium is the way to go. I don't think you should get the base Supra at all, because these seats definitely are worth it alone. for the upgrade there. In terms of visibility though, overall it's not too bad. I think the only thing impacting visibility right now is the paper there on the window, but we are going to roll it down just a little bit so we can see. Hopefully the audio isn't interrupted there. I'm really hoping for that. And but around the back, I mean, I think the rear view mirror does a good job of just focusing and taking the entire back mirror. I thought it was gonna be worse just given the look of the car, how it slopes a lot on the roof, but we should be good. Anyway, less talking, more driving. Let's take this thing on a drive. I mean, one of the things that pops up right away is that heads up display, and I love where it sits relative to the hood. It's like just above it. It makes you feel like you're in a video game. So you've not been really driven yet. I think this just gives you, the experience is pretty well done. Like I said in the voiceover, I'm not gonna like make all the BMW jokes a lot of people have made. I think it's overdone in my opinion. I'm just gonna take this car for what it is, having not even driven the Z4 yet. I don't want to scrape it because that front lip is very nice, but it's also very low. Here we go. We're going in it. All right, let's turn over here. Oh, and you just feel like that steering is so direct. I love the bolsters. They're doing a good job of hugging me, at least. First impressions is throttle response is pretty good. I'm not in sport mode. If I get into sport mode, you get the light that shows up and then it downshifts. Your throttle mapping is a lot more aggressive. Oh my God, I didn't even get on it there. And if you hear the turbo spool up, which is pretty great. I'm gonna roll up the window for these straightaways because I think that's gonna be important for audio. But we're gonna get in sport here. I'm gonna do a quick lap. Before we do all the pulls, I'm gonna stay out towards the end just to get this car up to temp. And I think that's super important, given this car. So I'll do a pull first out of sport, or just a little roll on throttle. Oh, and these shifts are great. That 8-speed transmission is doing an amazing job. It doesn't jolt you, but it shifts, which I think that transmission tuning is really well done because you're just in the next gear and you're continuing that acceleration. That's super impressive. I'm not taking on any winding roads here, but just kind of going a little back and forth here. A little bit of body roll. It stays pretty flat though, but you can sense it. I think it's just good. You need that mechanical grip for weight transfer. In terms of ride quality, it is pretty supple. I'm not going to say it's like jarring by any means, but it definitely feels sporty. It's what I would expect in a sports car. But I think it's well insulated in terms of like noise-wise from the road. You feel like you are in more of a premium car. And the cool thing is with the radar that I showed in the voiceover is you get a sign or speed limit readouts. It shows you what the speed limit is. You're gonna need that in this car because you're definitely gonna be getting on it. Let's roll on over here. It's so effortless. And I'm really like a big fan of the sound. It just really wants to go fast. I'm not even in the sport mode right now. This is just a disclaimer. It just really, the torque, at 365 pound-feet of torque is really just pushing you forward. And I mean, my honest opinion here is, people say, oh, it's just a BMW rebadged and rebodied. Without, I think it was a joint venture between BMW and Toyota. I think without that, the car wouldn't have existed for either company, because Z4 sales aren't through the roof by any means, and I think Toyota wanted to make the Supra. So just given the economics in today's market, you have to kind of mitigate risk by those means. All right, so we're gonna go in here, and this time around we're gonna go using the paddle shifters, so it automatically downshifts where you sense that, and oh my God, it just pulls. It holds the gears. So, and then I believe there's dynamic dampers here because it felt a lot stiff just going over that compared to the first time. I'm gonna go into manual mode, which you do by kicking over the stick, little shift lever, and then we're gonna go here. We're in first gear, and we're just gonna roll on. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 60. Jeez. Oh my God, I like this. There's shift lights that, illuminate from the center screen just to tell you when to shift. And let's just send some downshifts here. Oh my God. You get the pops on the downshift. Oh my God. get it out of manual mode there. And that's just a sense of how it shifts. Dude, you're just banging them out. Oh my god. Cool thing in the hood actually is the fact that you have these little bumps towards the wheel wells, and actually that's a good indication where your wheels are. And I think on a track or when carving the canyons, that's something you're gonna wanna have. All right, let's go over here. Oh, that shift! Oh my god! Oh, what a car! Yeah, you got all your 8 speeds right there. So I think I'm just gonna get back into drive. But whenever you want to take over the shifters, it lets you do that. I like even when it downshifts in auto. It's because I'm in sport. It's gonna be more aggressive, but you get those little pops. And now I'm out of sport, and we'll just see. We'll just get back and see the difference. So it's definitely softer, so you know that these dampers do make a significant difference when going from sport to regular. So like, I mean, just getting on it normally, like day-to-day driving, what's it gonna be like for you? I mean, you saw a truck, it does have some space, it's a hatch, you know, so that's nice. So you're gonna fit what you can in there. But I mean, just going on some street roads here, it's pretty decent. Overall, I mean, this car makes you feel special. I think if this is the way Toyota needs to go about doing a sports car, like they've done with the Toyota 86, FRS BRZ collaboration with Subaru, and then this with BMW, I'm fine with it. I think ultimately it makes everyone have access to a car they wouldn't normally have access to. Is it a reincarnation of the old Supra? I don't think so, because it's not a 2JZ. It's not what the 2JZ was. I don't think we'll ever get that, to be honest with you. I think it's fine because it makes that car unique. I think if this car tried to be like that car and everything that thing was, it would really dilute the value. So with that said, what do I think of the car? I love it. I'm a huge fan. One thing I think I would like to see is maybe a manual. They could incorporate that in here. I don't know if there's enough space, but we know that BMW did have a pairing with to substitute the 8-speed in the past Z4. So maybe it's something that'll happen if there's enough demand. We'll see, just depending also how long they keep this thing in production. So I can honestly already hear the keyboard warriors already going up like, the Supra is a BMW, and it's just a Z4 rebrand with Toyota back, that's it. It's like, man, I mean, honestly, I'm a little over it. So yeah, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see some more content. We have a lot of stuff planned in the future. And yeah, again, a huge shout out to Carson Toyota for letting me drive this car. I really do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.